Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I am back. Oh, it feels good to be making another YouTube video. And yes, I'm back from my vacation. That is where I was. If you didn't know, I kind of posted things on like Twitter, talked about it in Discord. I think I posted something on YouTube. If you watched my Fortnite video, talked about it. But we're back now, and it's time to talk about some big time news that I am very excited about. Hopefully it ends up being exciting. I really hope they don't bottle it. I hope not. But here we go. So we're going to talk about the Legends team newsletter here they put into the game. If you haven't read it yet, there's some juicy stuff in here that you should know about. And they talk about the next update, which is version 4.7.0 update for Dragon Ball Legends. And it's currently in development and testing, has some exciting new features that we talked about in upcoming reveals and stuff, which I would assume will be dropping next Tuesday, since the things they talk about in this newsletter about the battle version, or about the new update version and the new battle version coming, is changes to PvP. And the PvP season ends next reset, so I would assume they drop this next Tuesday. Make the most sense. They'll probably announce the reveals and stuff, I would guess, like Friday or Saturday, if I had to take a stab out there, but anytime now between now and Tuesday, they'll probably announce it, because they're always on Tuesday. Always on Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Another thing they could mention in the reveals and stuff is probably the monthly LF. They could wait and not do that. I don't know. Maybe they want to wait to drop them later in the month. But I would assume they'll probably announce the monthly LF that will be of Vegeta, most likely. It's always Vegeta for August. Majin Vegeta. Evolution Vegeta. Probably will be like Final Flash Vegeta or something like that. I suppose it could be Regen or Powerful Opponent. Can't rule those out. Not at all. But I would assume we're gonna be getting a new Vegeta. I would bet your dollaroos on a new Vegeta. And yeah, so get ready for that. Would be big time for Vegeta Clan. I mean, Majin Vegeta's Zenkai buff does buff Blue Vegeta Clan, so I'm just saying, you know, it seems very likely. But let's get into the very more juicy part of this. That was great English there. And it's Battle version 2.5 is coming. Seize victory with brand new moves. They're changing gameplay. To Dragon Ball Legends because of the immense problems that have been created with MUI. Now, I should say these problems were around before MUI, of your opponent just sitting in the back trying to PV fish you. Like, they just chill at the very back. They don't do anything. They just look at you. And then they don't, if they get a PV, well, if they perfect vanish you, they start attacking you. If they don't get that PV, they'll probably vanish, probably swap another character in, so they can back up and sit there and do nothing again. Super fun. MUI just exacerbated that problem by him being able to sit in the back. You attack, he doesn't even have to vanish. He'll, in fact, hurt you because you attacked him. And he'll just keep refilling his gauge with green cards and just being annoying. So that problem of passivity is hopefully going to be addressed with this. Two new moves they're adding. The Quick Dash and the Quick Attack. And these are evolutions of the current tackle, they go on to say. It says, activate a quick dash by flicking forward when at long range, and you'll instantly get close to the enemy. So effectively, you know, when your opponent is at long range, because in the game there is long range, where this is the furthest your characters can be apart. Mid range, where, you know, you could back up, or your opponent could back up to long range, but mid range, and then close range, where you're like nose to nose, you're butt to butt, you're right next to each other, ready to get down and dirty. So long range is a problem because up to this point, you'd either have to float to get closer, launch an attack, in which case you'll probably get perfect vanished. Or you would have to just tap blast, because that's all you could do at long range. Mid-range, you could tackle or launch an attack, which, you know, if they do a blast card and you got blast armor, better shot of you getting there in mid-range. More things can happen mid-range. And then close range, you could tap attack to separate yourselves to get more distance, or you could just straight up launch an attack, and obviously your opponent has the least amount of time to react in that case because you're right next to each other. You are literally nose to nose, chest to chest. And so with long range here, they're adding quick dash. So when you flick up on your screen now, you will just, like you can see here in the picture on the left, I believe this is the quick dash, your character will just zoom across the screen to be right next to him. So it effectively takes the long range and makes it the super short range. And so that'll help because you'll be right there then. They will have to do something. Now, if they have MUI, they can kind of still just stand there and do nothing or back up, float backwards. But with any other character, they have to make a decision. They either can launch an attack after you quick dash, they can sidestep, thinking you'll attack right away after your quick dash, in which case maybe you can wait, catch a mid-sidestep, begin your combo. Hopefully, though, the quick dash here will just help the game be played. Like, battle will go on, people will fight more and more, and there will be less just standing around looking at each other. We'll see. We'll see how quick dash works. Like, if you're mid-quick dashing and they attack, can you vanish out of it? Like, say you're mid-quick dash, you're flying towards them, and they rush. Because I'm assuming there will be some sort of sound cue, like there are for other moves in the game. And so, when you're flying forward, if they attack, like they strike card you, can you vanish out of it? We'll have to see. Otherwise, quick dashing would hold its own sort of potential issues or problems, downsides to it that you'd have to be considerate of. When you tackle someone, and if they strike card, normally you can vanish out of it. So I'm going to assume quick dash will follow the similar ideas, since they say it's like an evolution of the current tackle. I'm going to assume it's going to follow the same principles, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's basically the quick dash. And then the next thing is a quick attack, which the quick attack, I believe, is being shown on the right-hand picture there. And so the quick attack is if you tap while quick dashing. So you swipe up on your screen, your mid-quick dash, you tap during that animation, you'll perform a quick attack that does more damage than a regular tap attack. So yes, it is the picture on the right here. And you can see he's like tap attacking, but it's more than a tap attack. It's more damage than a tap attack at the very least. So that's what the quick attack will be. It's not as powerful as like a full strike card, but it's not as weak as just a normal tap attack when you're nose to nose tapping attack to, break up the thing. I'm going to assume with the tap attack, if you do a tap attack and they vanish, you're probably going to get caught. I don't know if you're going to be able to vanish while you're mid-quick quick attack. I'm going to assume probably not, but, we'll see when we actually get this in the game. But they say there's a new battle actions that have been in consideration for some time, designed to countermeasure players who wait around for too long, because we've had a whole lot of that, especially with MUI. So that'll be helpful. I'm going to assume the quick attack is actually going to be very helpful specifically for MUI, because as I mentioned with the quick dash, MUI can still just stand there. So even if you attack, like, he's still just going to use his gauge. But I'm going to assume the quick attack is not something that MUI counters. It won't be countered, and it'll be like a tap attack. Like, when you tap blast an MUI player and they're not floating to the side, he'll dodge and it'll lower his gauge. Or when you're right next to each other and you tap attack, he dodges it, but he doesn't hurt you in return. So I'm going to assume the quick attack is going to follow the same principles. If you do it, MUI's gauge will go down, but he won't hurt you. So that's something to, like, look for, something to try and do. That's, like, the big thing they mention here. That was, like, the main thing I wanted to talk about. But they do mention that more battle entrance voice lines are being added. You may have noticed, but as of the previous version update, voice lines now play when enemy switches characters. In 4.7.0, we are expanding this further to allow both player and enemy voice lines to play at the start of battle. These voice lines will also be adjusted so as to not be interrupted by any other actions. So we hope you'll enjoy various combinations of voice lines you can hear with this update. I never play with sound anyway, so maybe I'll turn on sound just to hear this. It is cool when they do things like this, when people have voice lines for, facing different people, based on how they met in the story or something like that. Always cool to see that. Fun stuff. They're doing... This is actually a big change here. So, easily exchange equipment with the expanded UI. The UI will be changed so that equipment from the exchange shop can now be exchanged directly from the how to get list instead of actually having to go to the exchange shop. This is actually big time. I'm actually really excited about this because when I want, like, more of an equip, I'm trying to get a red slot or something on it, or I just need it because I need more equips to put in for an awakened equip, something like that. You can go to how to get on equips, and normally, as they said, it would just take you to the exchange shop. You get it, and then you have to come back into the equip list. It's just a bunch of extra steps that really are needed. So this is huge. You'll be able to exchange directly from this page. So you exchange, and then you're still in the equip area, so you can just go and upgrade them and do whatever you need to do with the equips, or turn them in for awakened equips, you know, whatever you got to go with. So it's actually very nice, just something that's, you know, nice. And then they're finally going to fix the issues here. The support action will be restored to the Tien we got, which is the ability to negate Rising Rush when your opponent has 3 units and they Rising Rush you, and Tien's not in battle. He's a secondary, you know, he's one of the other 2 characters that is not currently out fighting. All right, that's what I'm looking for. And then apparently they're going to finally fix the bug affecting Android 17 and 18's ability that was like long ago, where they were getting like more I think it was damage and key or something than they were supposed to. So yeah, that's like the big stuff for version 4.7. Otherwise, in news for Dragon Ball Legends, we got the free-to-play cell event. It has finally come out. The yellow support cell, he's here. You can go do these challenges. I haven't done them all yet. I'll probably get to it. But yeah, go out, limit break your cell. Do the fun stuff if you want that free-to-play cell. I haven't watched any gameplay on him yet. Hopefully he is far more useful than the last free-to-play unit in Majin Vegeta. That was... They did that man so dirty. They did that man so dirty. So hopefully Cell's better than that. He does have a very interesting ability. If you didn't know here, I'll show real quick. The Cell has an ability, so when he dies, because he is a support type unit, when he dies, his second unique here, Cunning Power, will give 20% damage inflicted to allies, 30% to allies' key recovery, gradually restore your allies' health, and other than this character, well, he's dead, so yeah, it'd be hard to restore his own health. And then you will seal your enemy strike arts for 7 timer counts. That's a good amount of timer counts. So if you're fighting a Cell and it seems like they're gonna just let their Cell die, make sure you keep a blast card or 2 on you, because if you only have strike cards when you kill Cell, you got nothing to do. All you can do then is vanish and tap attack. Since, you know, you won't be able to use strike cards. You can still use blues or greens or Rising Rush, I suppose. But yeah, not being able to use strike cards for a whole 7 timer counts is it's annoying. It'll certainly add a moment where your opponent could definitely get back in the game. You know, they could definitely get a combo off, change the whole landscape of the game if it's used correctly. So keep that in mind. You know, if when you're gonna let your Cell die here, their strike cards are gonna be sealed. So if you have, like, if you're running, I don't know what team you're running, but let's just do this for an example, just to give you an example. Say you're running Ultra Super Gogeta and the Cell in the team. I know, weird pairing, but whatever. They kill your Cell, so now their strike cards are locked. You can really probably just send a strike card with your Ultra Super Gogeta, because if they blast card you, you got blast armor. Now this works for any unit with blast armor. Gogeta was the first one that came to mind since I use them a lot. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. But that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know, are you excited for these changes to come to PvP? Do you think they're going to make a difference? Do you think they're going to make the game less passive, less sitting around? Let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you all are having a fantastic day, staying happy and healthy out there, having the best of days, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.